Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the World Radio League Show here on a beautiful Monday here in the Ozarks. At least I'm in the Ozarks here in the Blue Barn studio in Southwest Missouri, but our guest, James, is not in the Ozarks. James, welcome. How's the weather where you are?
It is doing absolutely great.
I think your audio is down. At least I'm not picking you up unless something is wrong here. But
I'm getting a little echo.
Okay. So I'm not hearing you. Looks like everybody else is. So let's try that. Go for it.
Okay. Let's see.
There you are. Now you're coming through. Yeah. Let me go ahead and.
It's like
down. There you go.
I think you're playing me twice. I think.
Playing you twice. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. But it's like I'm talking, and then some device is playing it again.
Oh boy.
Technical difficulties, everybody.
Oh, no worries. We'll get that sorted out in no time. But in the meantime, how's the weather where you're at?
Wait, I think it might be fixed now.
That fix it?
Does it sound good? It sounds good to me.
All right, sounds good to me too.
I can hear like a very faint echo.
Okay, I think we fixed the main issue. So,
no,
how's the weather down there in Georgia?
It's amazing from QTH here in Georgia. It's
fantastic.
A little bit chilly. I was starting to get. I got fooled into thinking we were just gonna have this April and January or something like that, but it could actually get cold again. And hey, I gotta just say, Pepe in the chat really quick. I know we are gonna get to the chat here in a minute, but I still haven't booked my hotel for Dayton. As you guys know, we hit all the major ham fests. We go to Orlando, we go to Dayton, we go to Huntsville. There's even a couple more that we're going to try to be hitting this year. But I have been talking to Pepe because we are trying to make sure we kind of let people know what hotel we're going to be in. So I'm working with Pepe on that.
Cool. Yeah, and as you can see, I've been doing some Shack updates here, so we've got a lot of stuff going on behind me now. But we worked hard this past weekend, but thankfully
you've been having what's been the major updates this week in the Shack, Andy?
Oh man, there's the Shack's here, and then on the other side of this wall we've got a shop. So we did a whole lot of updates in the shop. Pulled out a desk you guys used to see over here in the back there, and replaced it with the bookshelf you see behind me now. Put some stuff up there on the bookshelf. Got the bass guitars hung on the wall. You can see here behind me. So got a couple of Ibanez bass guitars hanging up there.
Oh my gosh! So for the people who are wondering, Andy selects the music, but it sounds like maybe one day Andy will be playing a bass guitar,
producing the music.
And maybe operating a radio and playing some bass guitar at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we've got a whole lot to cover today. I tried to get Catalina to come on stream, but she's got some family stuff going on. She said she might have a couple of minutes later, but no promises there. So hopefully
tell us
our
in the
viewership.
Chat if you want to see Catalina back, let's hear it. Let's hear it in the chat, guys.
Hopefully our viewership doesn't tank now that we've said that she's probably not coming. But anyway, so all right, let's get kicked off here with a couple of product roadmap updates. These aren't things that we've released yet, but these are kind of things coming up. James, right out of the gate here, let's hit a couple of things here. Start out with Winter Field Day updates. So Winter Field Day 2026 is going to be bigger and better than ever before, and we're super excited about it. We've got a lot of things going on. We've got some mobile app updates coming for Winter Field Day. We've got, of course, web app updates for Winter Field Day. And it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Like I said, we're super excited. We're getting ready to crank those out. Among those, you're gonna see a more streamlined Winter Field Day logging template than you have now. Your logging list. Boy, I can't get my words out. Your logging list is going to show mode. It's going to show the exchanges so that you'll have all that information right in front of you. If you don't want to display frequency and all that, you don't have to log frequency. You can just look over and see what your mode and your band are, that kind of thing. And We'll also be adding, of course, validation for exchanges. So that's going to be coming. Myriads of updates for Winterfield Day. We've got a ton of stuff. So basically, exchange validation means that if you type in an exchange that doesn't match the exchange list, it will say, "Hey, that's not a valid exchange. Please enter a valid exchange in order to log this contact." So, those are some things that are coming, plus a ton more. So, anything to add for Winterfield Day updates, James?
Yeah, I'll say Marvin is in the chat.
Cool. Hey, Marvin.
Marvin Turner is, I believe you call the president of Winterfield Day is the right, if I'm saying the title right. And Andy just had a great live stream with him last week. So if you want to really get a deep dive from Marvin, and Marvin, I believe, will be on some other podcasts too, but go back and watch Andy's last week. And I'll just, I'm going to share just one thing really, really quick, because you can't see it in our environment anymore since we changed databases, but I've got an old version up. Last year, we had over 17,000 contacts, log 889. And you can come and you can kind of see some of those users on the leaderboard, users and clubs. So we are looking forward to seeing all of you guys on the clubs, on the leaderboard this year. And hey, even if you're not one of the top guys going for the leaderboard, hop in. But I'm expecting we're going to have a lot more even than 17,000 contacts.
Absolutely. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. Marvin says that they're super excited about the World Radio League logger for Winterfield Day, and we've got to make it more used than the top logger they've got right now, which is N3FJP. And absolutely. Go sign up. Totally free, guys. You do not have to have a paid subscription to use this thing. You can sign up with a free account and go ham, literally, on Winterfield Day, and have a lot of fun. So no subscription required to enroll in Winterfield Day. And
I'll add one more thing to that too, which I mentioning in 3FJP. One of the things that a lot of clubs struggle with. Now, you can use World Radio League from your home, but you can also set up a club account. And if you have internet access, it's going to sync across multiple devices. So you can have your club logging on 5 different, computers, mobile apps, the whole thing. And I'm going to drop a link into a guide. So if you want to share that with your club, or if you are helping a club get set up, we have an entire guide on how to set it up. There's a video guide as well as text that takes you through the whole process.
Sounds good. And the really cool thing about this is that it's when you set up a club account, and each member is using their own computer, their own phone, their own tablet, whatever, to log the contacts. They can set their personal call sign on that device, and it stores it locally. It does not store it as across the whole account. It stores that personal call sign locally. So you have your station call sign, which is your club call, then your operator call sign. This isn't publicly used. It's for your club to give credit to each of those members according to the contacts that they made. And we have some really cool stats within the Winterfield Day contest that will show which operators made what contacts. It's going to be really cool. Your club will get to see a picture of their performance, each member's performance over the course of the contest.
And I'm going to give you a quick, just 2-second demo of it. So if you go into exactly what Andy's talking about, you enroll in the Winterfield Day 2026. When you go to your logbook, if you click the quick settings where it says your call sign, this is where you can update the operator. And Andy said it perfect. The operator is going to get saved on your device. It won't sync across the devices, so you can have you can track your operator stats individually. And then there's that special field day exchange. You'll have your log. You'll have a leaderboard. All kinds of good stuff in here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Terry, I don't know how James made it into the thumbnail of that video, but apparently maybe he's working harder than I am. So Dave here says that he wants to get his club switched, but it's going to be hard since they've always used N3FJP. At least at the very minimum, get them to set their N3FJP up to stream to World Radio League, because you can do that. Now, of course, it's going to be a whole lot easier for your club if they just use World Radio League across the board. But at least get them to stream their contacts to World Radio League, if nothing else. Poor Rodney does not have is not going to be able to participate in Winter Field Day this year because he is working extraordinarily hard. And Rodney, I saw you in the chat and I was so excited, my friend. I am glad that you were able to make it today. Thank you for joining, taking time out of your busy schedule to join us for today's stream. We're super happy to see you. Whoop, let's try to kill that. Sorry about that. My elbow bumped the music button over here on the corner. But Rodney, we're very, very happy to see you here. And my friend, I'm looking forward to the day when you can join us for all the contests and all the live streams. And I understand that that's coming here in just a few months. So we're super happy for you. Yeah, and Marvin says it. N3FJP does integrate with World Radio League. So. All right, let's see. What else do we have to talk about of upcoming features? We've got some really exciting things with map shares coming. So we're going to be introducing a new automatic map key. So you'll get a key band and mode key on the bottom of your map. And we've tried to implement this before, and it didn't go according to plan quite as we had planned. And we needed to take just more time to think about it, plan it out properly. So now we're re-releasing this map key, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It's going to be fantastic. We got an awesome developer working on this, and it's going to be beautiful. So that's coming. I don't think that one's in dev yet, but it should be very soon. And we're also going to allow you to manually position. Now, this is like breaking news. This is breaking news. This one is not in dev yet either, but it will be. I think as of the call this morning, the developer told me in the next couple days. So you will be able to manually position your map after whenever you click it to share it. You'll have the option to reposition it, get the exact zoom level and reposition the map, get it just right so you can share it. It's gonna be really cool. If I could demo that for you, it's gonna be awesome. If I could demo that for you, I would. But
are you able to see my screen here?
Here, let me put you up on screen.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick demo. So this one's coming very soon, as Andy mentioned. So you click share map, and it should auto position for you pretty well. You can see this is kind of a nutty map because I've got all these different operating positions. But if you click adjust map position and you want to reshare, maybe you want to zoom in a little bit.
Is this one on dev now?
Yeah, this is on dev now.
It's already on dev. Oh, as of this morning, it was not. So
yeah, beta
cool.
Beta testers can go
beta testers
check that
have
out.
fun. This is really cool.
And while I'm in here, I'm going to show one more thing, and then I'll pass it back to Andy.
Well, this is that. We were going to get to this here in just a few minutes, but go ahead. Go
ahead and talk to it while I pull it up.
Okay, so this is what I tried to demo last week. We had this under the analytics page, and that's why I couldn't find it. We've realized that that's going to be horrible for user experience, so we've moved it over here to the logbooks page. It's going to be right next to your QSO manager tab. You're going to have this QSO map. So what this is, this gives you basically all the filters you have for QSO manager in a map. So now you can take all of your contacts, plot them out, filter them by logbook, by band mode, confirmed, however you want to filter them, and display them on a map and share them. Really, it's going to be a similar map share view as your logbook maps, but you got all these filters you can use to filter all your contacts down and share them on this map. Really, really cool work here by our dev team. You can even add tags for what all tags do we have? I think we've got distance tags, we've got call sign tags. You can put on there, band and mode tags, and you can turn those on or off depending on whether you want them there. And of course, you can customize the map. However you want to design your map, you'll be able to customize it. So really, really cool feature here.
Yeah, I know for a lot of people were putting a lot of their contacts in a master log. I think one of the main reasons that people will do that a lot of time is so that you can map them all together, because we used to only have the map. This is just some test contacts I've got in here. But I used to only have the map at the logbook level. So now, even if you want to create maps across logbooks, and you can set the time, you can set the time range too. So I think this is gonna absolutely add a lot. For sure. All right.
And another thing that's upcoming, we'll get into some more stuff here in a little bit, but another thing that's upcoming that we're getting tons of requests about, so we might as well go ahead and address it, James. Tell us what we're looking at for the desktop app. Let's go ahead and hit that. So to get that out of the way.
All right, Andy brought me on here to drop some news. Guys, we have pushed the desktop app beta launch to February. We just felt that we are still working on. We have a lot of these smaller features. We want to get those out and get them live. The lock icon, the QSO map, a lot of small adjustments that people have. We want to get all of that stuff out so we can really dedicate the time that we need and make sure that the desktop app is really rocking. But I could say our absolute best estimate right now is mid-February for the desktop app, and we're going to do everything we can to make that possible. And I feel really confident that that's going to be the date. But that's sort of some just updated deadline or timelines for you guys. I know you guys are anxiously awaiting that desktop app, so we want to just keep as much transparency on timelines with you guys as possible.
Absolutely. And I've asked, somebody here in the chat is asking, or talking about wanting to get in the beta program. Go to this link. I just posted it in the chat. Go to this link. Sign up with a new account. Do not use your existing. I mean, you can use your existing call sign and email, but it is not tied to your World Radio League account at all. It's just a testing account, a testing site. Don't log any critical data there. Periodically we might wipe the database just for testing reasons and do this and that to it, and it's not a stable environment. So just go there to do testing only, and then be sure and log your contacts on your regular World Radio League account. But yeah, absolutely. Everybody who wants to join the beta site is welcome. We welcome it. We encourage it. We appreciate it. So. Date filters, yes. The All-Contacts map will have date filters. Let me share this for you real quick, because this is another thing we've been working on. Some of you may have noticed that our date filtering was a little bit messy. So we have worked our date filters over a whole lot, and it is now way better than it used to be. So if you go in here to the All-Contacts map, you'll have this all-time button here. You'll click that. You can grab a date. Say I want to filter all of my contacts from, let's see here, let's go with January of 2025. Whoops. January 2025. There we go. January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. I can do that. It'll select that whole range for me, and then it will list all these contacts down here, some of my recent contacts, and it will display those contacts up here.
I popped you to the stage there, Andy. I think it wasn't.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So anyway, yeah, you can use these date filters here, and set that up. To whatever date range you want, and then you've also got a really cool globe view here. So once you do that, you can once you filter them by however you want to filter them, you can put them on a globe here. And let's just go ahead and go back to all time. Here we go. I've only got like 3 contacts logged in here, I think, right now, or 9 contacts, I guess. So I should add some more, but yeah, you can put them on a globe view. But yeah, the date filter right up here, you can select whatever date range you want to view really easily, and share it that way. So great question. All right, so we covered the desktop app, and like James said, we didn't want to push this off any further. We know you guys are really excited about it, and we're really excited about it, but we've got to get Winter Field Day top notch. We want Winter Field Day to be absolutely epic. And we've got a few of those smaller features that are just in development already that we want to get out the door and into production before we get to finalizing the desktop app. The desktop app is already partially developed, so once we get past some of these smaller features, it shouldn't take long before this thing gets out the door. So, do you have anything else to add there, James?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay.
I wonder, I can do a quick check. Were there any other new features you wanted to cover? I could do a quick
Yeah. Let's talk about let's see here. We discussed the map key, so that's going to be a really cool one. Let's talk about confirmation imports. So this is a really good one. This is something that I know Terry's been talking about, and this is something where you can, if you've imported your contacts from QRZ or you've logged them on World Radio League and they sync to QRZ automatically, then you'll be able to, once those are confirmed on QRZ, you can import those confirmations back into World Radio League. This one is nearing production, so let me check and see if... Do you know if he's got this one on dev yet, James?
Oh, I'm on mute. I was checking the same thing. I don't think there's anything that's on dev that we can demo, but I can say a couple things for you.
Yeah.
So there will be a reconfirm. Yeah, if you want to show your kind of QRZ.com integration page.
Yeah, absolutely.
An option in here where you can reconfirm, and you're also going to see an option in QSO Manager. So under QSO Manager, you can go and ask to go recheck those confirmations for your contacts from QRZ. So you could think of this as like, imagine, when you get your contacts in from QRZ, if they're confirmed already, you're going to get that confirmation automatically, right? But if they're not confirmed yet, now we've got the reconfirmation that's gonna process. So if it gets confirmed in QRZ later, you'll still get credit for that. Now, obviously, if both users have contacts in WRL, that's even better. That's kind of like our highest tier of confirmation.
Yeah, absolutely.
If both contacts are in WRL, you get a confirmation on that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so John he said he got distracted. It's the desktop app for Linux. Yes, we will have a Mac version, a Windows version, and a Linux version for the desktop app, and that's going to be really awesome, really exciting. So, yes, absolutely. So yeah, Terry, we'll talk about the FT4 issue here in just a few minutes, and we've got Jacob just showed up. So, hey, Jacob, glad to see you. And yeah, let's talk about this just real quickly here, and then we'll get back to some features. But Rodney and Jacob are going to be at the Cowtown Hamfest in Fort Worth on the 16th and 17th, Friday and Saturday, representing World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep. So thank you guys for doing that. And James, I think you have a partnership sign-up link. Could you drop that in the chat maybe? If you want to represent us at a local Hamfest or regional Hamfest, we've got a sign up form you can join. Is that right, James? I think we still have that.
I actually don't. I still haven't done the sign up.
Oh, form, okay.
But Rodney and Jacob are going to be doing it. And if you do want to do it, I would say go to the community.worldradioleague.com. Send me a message there. We'll probably be looking to do maybe another 5 to 10 Hamfests in 2026. And I think hopefully, Rodney and Jacob, you guys got your supplies. We sent y'all some supplies to go out and do that Hamfest for us. So hopefully nothing got lost in transit.
Yeah, absolutely. Wyatt's asking if there's going to be a different logo for QRZ confirmations. Yes, there is. You will have a different confirmation logo for QRZ confirmations, World Radio League confirmations, and Logbook of the World confirmations. This isn't just for QRZ. We're also going to be importing Logbook of the World confirmations as well. So
that's a really good point. I like that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob says he got the merch, so he's good there. Let's go ahead and, as here, Dave said, I know of a couple that you would like to represent at. Yes, absolutely. I've got a couple on my agenda. So Joplin Hamfest, I'm going to try to make it back to there, and Smark Hamfest in Springfield. Smark Hamfest is in Springfield in, I believe, June. And then we've got Possibly Nixa, if that one it was on a conflicting weekend this last year, but maybe this year we'll get it on a better weekend. Dave says he would like to represent it some. So Dave, reach out to James through community.worldradiologue.com. Sevierville Hamfest in the Smokies. Oh, that's one to put on your list, James.
That's a nice one. That one is probably.
And SparkCon in October. There's one that Dave would like to represent at. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the FT4 MFSK issue. So what's going on with this is that if you log a contact using your WSJTX integration on World Radio League, if you log a contact as an FT4 contact, we log it as an MFSK contact. The reason being FT4 is a submode of MFSK. So it's weird because FT8 is a mode and FT4 is a submode of MFSK, which is a mode, just like USB and LSB are submodes of SSB. So it's a really weird conflict of mode types. But we were attempting to match industry standard by setting the Am I still live? Are we still live, James?
We lost you for a second there, Andy. You came back.
Okay. Where did I break at?
You said you were talking about industry standards.
Yeah. So the industry standard we were attempting to match was that we would set the mode, and the submode we would not log the submode, just the overarching mode. So we realized that is maybe a bit of the wrong approach. So what we will be doing, we'll be storing the mode, MFSK. We will also be storing the submode, FT4. And James, you want to talk about kind of how we'll display that and what that will show up as on the leaderboards?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing that people are mostly going to be really happy to know is that it's going to show up in your app as FT4.
Absolutely.
If you're logging FT4, it's going to show up as FT4. So I mean, to Andy's point today, it's not technically wrong because MFSK actually is the mode and FT4 is the sub mode. So when you see MFSK, it's not something that's going wrong. It is actually registering your contacts and everything's working correctly. We just have to enhance it one step further to show the sub mode in that case.
Yeah, absolutely. And we thank you, all of you. There were many of you, and we thank all of you for reaching out to us and letting us know that this was becoming an issue in your logbooks. And we apologize for any disruptions. But yeah, this is on the development agenda, and we will have it out here. And James, I think you said next couple weeks.
This one will be probably in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. All right. That is most of what we have coming up. Like I said, we got tons of Winter Field Day updates, so go in and play around with that in the dev site and keep an eye on it because we will be updating that, testing that. Terry's just double confirming here. Will it show up as FT4 or MFSK on the leaderboard? And James, I believe this is FT4.
FT4. You'll see an FT4.
Perfect.
You'll see an FT4 mode and leaderboard.
Yeah, perfect. All right, sounds good. All right. So, yeah, perfect. That should solve a lot of problems that y'all have been reporting, and we really appreciate the reports, as I said. So that about wraps up our updates as far as new features. Let's get into some of the bug fixes that we've released in the past week. Yeah, Terry's happy. So, Dave. Which suggestion? I'm not sure. I may have missed what you sent me. So maybe send that again. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the bug fixes we've got here. So we had some. Let's see here. Give me 1 second here, James. What's a couple of the ones that you were working on earlier this week?
Oh man, so a lot of times we try to send a lot of them out in the email, but guys, there's a lot of these small things that we're fixing every single. If you guys hit that report a bug button, we will not rest until we figure out exactly what happened and make it right. And after there's been a lot of probably the last month, a lot of this small cleanup before we do the other things. So one of the main ones was if you were using WSJTX and integrated, and your contact would go in to the log, you wouldn't see it in the log until you refresh the page. I think some of you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So that was, I believe it was Mike KE8 in HH who reported that. We have got that fixed. There was some people who weren't showing up on the leaderboard because the state wasn't set on the logbook. We fixed that. We had some. I don't know. You want to just rapid fire through a couple of these?
Yeah. We had a couple where some contacts weren't confirming due to the separation between mode and sub mode on single sideband versus upper sideband versus lower sideband. So we got those issues resolved. We had some issues with some folks that were this is, if this is you know who I'm talking to. So we had some issues with folks editing their bio. That's been resolved. Some mobile app UI, weird things happening with the mobile app UI. That's been taken care of. There were some WSJTX contacts that were missing distance, and this was a little bit of a weird issue, but we got that one nailed down. And so we had a few cat control connection problems that were fixed. And I think Marvin may have been having some issues with your Flex. Marvin, if you're still having those issues, let me check your case. I've got your case open right here. We go. Let's see if we've got any updates on that case. So, yeah, there are very few. This is a weird issue to nail down because there are very few Flex users who are having this issue. The majority of Flex users are not having issues, but we are absolutely diving into this until we can figure out what's going on and get it resolved for you. So thank you, Marvin, for sending that in.
Yeah, Marvin has been like a godsend on the Flex, on the Winterfield Day. Marvin, if you do guys not know Marvin Turner, Whiskey Zero, Mike Echo Tango, this guy's a champion in the amateur radio community. So thank you, sir.
Absolutely. We've got some POTIC settings, some configuration there, issues we've solved. If you're having an issue with your S meter on the cat control app, that should be fixed. And I think a few people had an issue with the cat control program crashing. That's been taken care of. And yeah, we were not calculating a few distances properly. That has been taken care of as well. So.
And I'll go a little deeper on that too, just if you guys can think about it. So think about when you're calculating the distance between two contacts. Normally you just have, okay, this person's in this location, this person's in another location. Well, what happens though when one of those people is in a park? Okay, well now the distance changes, right? Because we know you're in the park, we know the other person's in the park. Or it could be both of you are in a park, or one of you's in a park, or one of you's at a worldwide flora and fauna site. And so that was the main thing that was happening on the distance calculation that was throwing it off. So that's been resolved now.
All right. Yeah. And there's one more issue here that Toby's referencing. The send message button on the profile page wasn't working. This is because usually, now if this isn't you, let me know, we'll take care of you. This is usually because you have not signed in to the community page yet in your browser. So if you sign into the community page on your browser, that should completely resolve this issue. Whenever you click that send message button on a profile, it will pull their profile up if they have a World Radio League account. Yeah, let me pull this up for you here.
I'll go to, since Toby.
Do you need me to reshare that? I can reshare that, absolutely. Oh, you've got it, okay.
I got it, yeah, since Toby. So you'll see you got this great send message button here that you can, so I can send Toby a chat. So when I click that, it will actually bring me over to the.
You have to share the next tab, there you go.
And so now I can send him a chat, it creates a chat here, or I can send him a message, which both of these are great. I usually use the chat mostly.
I like chat's awesome.
But let's say that you were on this page and you clicked the send message and it just said page not found. That just means the other user hasn't signed into the community yet. So most users, you'll be able to send them a message, but if it doesn't work, that's usually what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty much that's most of the bug fixes that we have. We're going to share today. Now, we usually send out a report once per week in our weekly email. So be sure you go and subscribe to our email list so you can get that list of bug fixes, new features. And yes, if you're having an issue, please use the report a bug button. That helps us get back to you faster and get your problem resolved quicker. So use that report a bug button. Use it like crazy. We love getting feedback from y'all. And how are we going to grow unless you guys tell us, what problems you're facing, and so we can get them taken care of for you. So, James, any other development updates as far as for this past week or stuff coming up here in the next couple weeks?
I think you did a really great job of covering the main things. Let me see if I can see if there's anything that's outstanding that is something that maybe you guys would. No, there's nothing really that's outstanding that's really too bad or affecting a lot of users. We still have a couple bug fixes we're working on right now, but I mean we're kicking off 2026 with the most aggressive roadmap. I mean, compared to 2025, it's going to seem like we put a rocket booster on World Radio League. So
yeah, especially compared to the second half of 2025, you guys got to remember we went through one of the most major growing pains that a company like this can go through. We completely updated our back end, so we are running on a whole new, much faster system than we were this time last year. And that took weeks and months of hard, intense development, and we are so happy to be past that. And now we are going to really take off, and you guys are going to have an epic 2026 in World Radio League. We're super excited about it. All right, let's hit a few of the chat here before we go to break. We're going to go to break here in just a few minutes. Let's hit a few of the chat. So Terry says he hope we get some. Yep, Terry. I think we got you covered there. Philippe is asking, is it possible to add long path beam heading to the path? So what we have right now, if you look here, and let me just go ahead and share production so that you guys can see some live data here. If I go over here to my logbook, then if I type in a call sign, and forgive me, Philippe, I cannot remember yours. Is it ON4AEO? Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, so we've got short path right here. Philippe is asking if we can add long path. So that's a really cool suggestion. I'm going to add that to our notes for the dev team. So let me go ahead and add that in here. James, what say you?
I love it. I love that. We may have a case for that somewhere too, but yeah,
okay.
Long path and short path distance and heading would be great.
Absolutely.
I do wonder, and I wonder if Philippe knows, like, I wonder how if you make a contact by the long path. I mean, maybe it's just like something that I've never personally been able to know.
You just know. No,
and I also don't have like a big tower or something, so it's probably a little bit harder to make long path contacts or with the in-fed half wave. But maybe it's a timing thing. You can kind of tell by the.
Could be. I'm not very. I don't have a full grasp of how Now, I believe Dave, if I'm not mistaken, K6GAE, I think it was him that said that he actually heard his signal coming back via long path one time. He keyed up on the radio, and like a couple seconds later, he heard his own call sign coming back. And that would be a really cool experience. Kind of freaky, but a really cool experience.
Yeah, a confirmed contact with yourself, and the distance is the circumference of the Earth.
Absolutely. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
KJ2LBR question. I used World Radio League for the first time in a while on Saturday for a POTA activation. When can I print the map to put it on Facebook? The map did not. When I printed the map to put it on Facebook, the map did not include states contacted. Can that be added? That's a really good suggestion.
Yeah, and I will say if you go over to the stats, I'll do a quick share here. We do have the stats on here. So Andy's got it right there. So you can see the stats. Yeah. It's not on the map, but that would be cool. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. If you added it
we'll definitely add that to our some meeting notes for an upcoming dev meeting. So good suggestion. Thank you. Burners and Such is asking, when are you going to get those integration instructions posted? If you're talking about the grid tracker integration, that is something that I need to work on. So let me make a note for myself. Integration instructions. This is how to connect grid tracker to WSJTX to your World Radio League logbook. And so, yes, I need to get that put together. Brad has a really good set of instructions. I just need to turn it into video form. So, great question. Dave, yes, Dave, I did get your suggestion here. Dave says, just a suggestion for the spotting page, a way to filter by frequency range, like being able to filter the spotting page 20 meters, 14.250 to 14.345. That's actually a great suggestion, Dave. Filter spots. That's really cool. James, are you still with us?
I am, yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay, all right, sounds good. I didn't know if you were there or not.
I was taking a note on that one as well. That's
okay. Really I think we're both typing notes furiously over here. So
yeah, you guys are putting us to work over here. I like it. I like it.
All right, let's hit a couple more. Yeah, let's hit a couple more comments, and then we're going to go to break here. Could we get an addition to the leaderboard? An addition to the leaderboard, one for hunters and one for activators. Or am I seeing it when I look at leaderboards? That's really cool. Hunter and activator leaderboards would be a really, really cool thing. And we're going to have some updates to some leaderboards, some challenges, leaderboard challenges, that type of thing. It's going to be really cool. James, did you have something to say there?
Yeah, I was going to say that's part of a little bit of an analytics revamp that's going, we call on our end, a major feature. So
yeah.
Analytics
Absolutely.
phase 2 that's coming out. You're gonna start to see POTA activators and hunters is going to be on that weekly leaderboard and the all-time leaderboard. So you'll have new analytics coming on that very soon.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to go to break. James, I hope you're going to stay with us. You going to be with us for a little while yet?
I'll be with you for a little while.
Awesome. We're going to go to break, guys. We will be right back after this. We'll see you in just a few. Don't go anywhere. Stay around. The World Radio League show will be right back. Are you ready to ditch that 90s ham radio logging software and upgrade to something from this century? Well, now you can. Welcome to a brand new era of software in ham radio, World Radio League. Whether you're a brand new ham radio operator just getting started or a seasoned veteran looking to upgrade your logging experience, World Radio League is the ham radio tool suite for you. Its sleek, modern design brings ham radio into today's world. No more digging through endless menus to find basic features. It's all right in front of you, ready to go with just a couple clicks. An extremely customizable logging interface is just the beginning. We integrate with 7 spotting networks to make finding your contacts that much easier. Plus, we offer many custom mapping and analytics tools so that you can view your contacts your way. We have all sorts of tools tailored to contesting, POTA, SOTA, WWFF, and other activities as well. And it gets better. With our cloud-based log storage, you can access your logs using our fully featured web interface in tandem with our robust mobile app. You can log into your account on any device and even log contacts offline, syncing them to your online account later. The best part? Logging with World Radio League is free. Just set up an account and start logging. Want to use advanced features like large log imports and analytics? Upgrade to a premium plan starting at only $3 a month. Join a huge community of ham radio operators at the fastest growing ham radio software platform available by creating your free account at worldradioleague.com today, or search for World Radio League in your favorite app store. We are back with the World Radio League show here. The second half of the show, we will bring in James here momentarily. Got a lot of comments to cover, so bear with us. I was going to, you may have noticed, I'm putting the intro comments up on screen now instead of reading through all of them to add a better flow, but you guys are sending us a lot of awesome suggestions, and we love it. So it's going to take a little bit to get through them, but that's awesome. We want you guys to send all you can. So let's go ahead and bring James back in here. I think I had my music up too high. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. All right. James.
Andy, I feel this show is just getting better every week, man. I am really just so impressed with sorry to change the topic away from ham radio, but on this side, I can say, hopping into the show, Andy runs this whole thing. You feel like you're on a TV show because Andy has it the way that he programs this. And
I guess I'm having too much fun over here. Having more fun than a human being should be allowed to have.
I know. Yeah, look. And yeah, see, I've got somebody agreeing with me. Today's show, Andy makes it a little bit better every single week. So who knows what'll happen next week.
Thanks, Toby. I appreciate it. All right. Let's dive into a few more comments we've had here. Pepe is talking about Friedrichshafen. I butchered that horribly. James, give us your best shot at pronouncing that.
Oh, I'm gonna embarrass myself. Pepe, tell me how I do in the chat. Friedrichshafen.
There you go. That sounded pretty good. All right, sounds good. If I had a one of those punchline beats here, I'd hit it for you, but I don't. So, are there other World Radio League users from Europe ready for this fair? James, you were at Friedrichshafen last year. Will you be there again this year?
I met up with Pepe last year. We had a blast. It is a huge ham fest. It is absolutely beautiful. It's right next to a huge lake as well, which I'm trying to remember the name of. I'm drawing a blank on that. But I'm not sure that, the big thing is I have to be in the UK for WRTC because World Radio League is going to be doing the live scoreboards for WRTC, the World Radio Team Championship. So I got to plan around that, but it's possible. It's just the thing is trips to Europe are very expensive. So I was able to, put it on the company for the WRTC 2026 because it's an absolute necessary. We got to be there. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to hang out and just stay there or something. I don't know.
Just stay in Europe for weeks. Yeah, there you go. Guys, I appreciate all the kind comments. Thank you very much for sending those in. I really, really do. I don't know if you guys are enjoying it or not unless you say so. So thank you for commenting on that. I really, really appreciate it. Philippe will be there. So great. Philippe and Pepe will both be there. Peter says it's better than Catalina's here. Well, we won't argue. Catalina brings a whole new dynamic to the show, and we really appreciate it when she's able to join us. But unfortunately, she had some family things come up today. So, Tom, W9TEF, and once again, we'll shout you out again, Tom. Thank you. The lock icon on the mode feature. This was your This is your brainstorm, and I'm gonna just demo this for you one more time. If it's is it let's see here. Yeah, it's on dev, I believe. I'm gonna demo this one more time. We've got a little lock icon here now. So if you're working, if you're on a different band plan than the US band plan, and you put in a frequency, I don't know exact band plans, but if you put in a frequency that is like a US frequency for single sideband, but it's another country's frequency for CW, then you can just you can put CW in here and see it's there we go. Set that, lock that. Now that's not going to leave CW until you unlock it, no matter what frequency you put in here. So
if
thank
that
you.
doesn't hit production this week, I will eat my own foot.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's going live this week.
Come back next week just in case. James, you want to take this comment for me? I've got a camera issue to deal with.
Yes, I absolutely will. Andy's camera is so hot that he had to turn it off and turn it back on again. Look, so Andy's showing much. Tom, love the way Andy is showing, but not necessarily reading, commenting every single, and the banter from the chat. I love it too. I really think, guys, I mean, you guys are kind of on the ground floor as we're exploring this show and like trying to make it better. So we love all the feedback about the product. That really helps us. In fact, we're kind of already deciding on, hey, what's the next features that will be in the next 30 days. But also we want to continue to make this show great so you guys can stay up with what's going on in World Radio League and what's going on in ham radio in general. So I know Andy's got some other new things planned as well, and I love the additional shout out. And Jacob, I agree. We're also going to try to get Andy to Huntsville this year as well. Let's take a look. Pepe, you've had a long night. Thank you for joining. Thanks for staying up with us all the way from Switzerland.
Thanks, Pepe.
We do really appreciate it.
Hey, James, I've got a few starred comments here. You want to hit this one real quick while I'm working on this?
Yeah, let me hit this one. Okay, from John AC8XU, a drop-down box for net control. We haven't lost your request. We haven't prioritized it yet. It is in the list, but it is great to mention them here. And also, we do really pay the other place. So the live stream is great to mention things. We always really keep a close eye on our community. So I just want to give you guys a quick 2-second demo of how to make a feature request in the community if you haven't done that. I'll be quick because a lot of you guys already know this, but you can check the feature request. You can see what other people are asking about. You can search those, and you can see those feature requests here in the community. Once you're logged into World Radio League, and to create a new feature request, create a new topic and just make sure it's set to feature request. That is also a great way to make sure your feature request
Very true.
Never gets
perfect. Sounds good.
And next up, will your confirmation still be pulled over if I keep multiple logbooks in WRL? QRZ is my master log, and WRL is will I keep things organized? Absolutely. If you keep multiple logbooks and you move contacts around from logbooks, the logbook does not affect anything about your confirmations. You will still get your confirmations even if you move them. So let's say the contact comes in from QRZ and then you move it into another logbook. That won't break anything. So you are totally good there, Wyatt. But thanks for the question, because I'm sure some other people are probably worried about that as well.
Did you hit this one yet?
As seems the location of the operator activator is showing for their home address and not the park. I'm not. So I would recommend, if it isn't showing the correct location, I would definitely drop a bug report for this. But this should be working.
I would make sure that you're getting their park number added to the log. If you're adding their park number to the log, then it shouldn't be an issue. If it still is an issue, absolutely submit a bug report. But just make sure that you're adding their park number to your log, before you submit the bug report. But submit it, right away if it's still doing it for you. Terry's asking, he's saying I need to submit a bug. Some of my contacts have needed to manually send a QRZ. Yeah, absolutely, Terry. We were demoing that earlier. Submit a bug report anytime. We'll absolutely take a look at it for you. Dave is, he's talking about logging two activators at a park. It's only confirming one. Is there anything on the roadmap for it? This question is different from the suggestion. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Two activators at a park. It's only confirming one. If it's something like Vaughn and Julie, POTA Power, they usually only one of them logs, and I'm not sure. I'm guessing eventually they're uploading it into Julie's logbook, but it doesn't happen right away, so it could take a while for that to get confirmed if they don't upload it into the other operator's logbook right away. But as soon as they upload it, it should confirm for you. And this speaks to a new feature that we'll be releasing soon. In this coming year, and James, you might be able to speak a little bit better to the design on this, but you'll be able to have two activators do a joint activation in World Radio League using their own. Both of them will be able to join a single activation logbook. So. Yep. Yeah,
and I'll say too, you can do that today, and then you can use the export log for second operator feature to export it again. So
so if you go over here to your logbook settings after you're done with your activation, just go export log for another operator. Put the other operator's call sign in here. When you export that, if it's a POTA log, you'll have the POTA export option over here as well. When you export that, you can export the POTA option, and they can upload it to their POTA account, and you can export a regular option, and they can upload it to their World Radio League account. So really, really cool stroke of genius by our design and development team there on that one. So spin stabilized. Any chance of... Why do you guys throw these words at me while I'm live on stream? Any chance of azimuthal projection for the map in the future? We do show an azimuth number by degrees. I'm not sure what you mean by azimuthal projection. Maybe you could clarify that a little bit?
I think he means like the actual map, which is pretty cool.
While you're logging. Okay, yes.
Yeah, while you're logging. So if you could actually see, like maybe it would be sort of a view like this. That would be a very cool, and this is what it would look like if you were in Antarctica, I guess. Or
yeah.
I think that's Antarctica. Yeah, that's Antarctica. Yeah, if you're in Antarctica, that's a cool suggestion. I like that.
Yeah. And another suggestion that I've seen lately, which would be really cool, is the ability to share. See, or how was it? They would, they were actually. It was while they were logging a contact, it would pull up that operator, their location on a map with just it's kind of like a contact map. It would just pull up a single contact map view of that operator while you're logging it. So as part of the lookup, it would pull up their map. Then you could log it, and it would go to your log and appear on your contact map. But that would also be a really cool addition. I think we could slot that in, at some point in the future. I think that would be a really, really cool addition. So. I've seen a couple of requests for that one, so we can look into that for sure and see if we can get that one on the roadmap. We've got Prep Ham Paul saying, I can't get World Radio League to go out and do a POTA for me when the weather is bad. I have to do it myself. Is this going to be fixed?
We can do so much.
We can only do so much. That's exactly right. So he's also saying CAT is working, WSJT, Xlink is working, logging it is working. I haven't had any issues at all since all that got fixed. That's awesome, Paul. Glad that that's all working for you. That's tremendous. Dave was talking about our database upgrades we were referring to earlier. Said database upgrades are a massive lift when you have a lot of data, and we had a lot of data, and it's only growing. It's growing exponentially. It's growing exponentially. It's huge. So Tony giving a shout out to Brad, James, and all the other World Radio League team that provide tech support. It's technologically challenged, and they've been outstanding fixing his self-inflicted issues. Tony, man, I saw some of your conversation with Brad earlier. Thank you so much, man, for reaching out. We love being able to. We love getting those kind of bug reports because it's so nice just to be able to say, "Hey, let us help you," rather than realizing that we have messed something up. We love being able to help people out if they have a question. So feel free to reach out in the Discord. If you think it's a bug, submit a bug report, or you can reach out in the community. If you don't think it's a bug, you can reach out in the Discord or the community. And always feel free to do that. And if it's like an emergency, like Tony, I understand yours was a bit of an emergency, those kind of things. Feel free to submit a bug report, and Brad or myself or James will get to you, right away. So, thanks, Tony, for being an awesome part of our community. Old Swamper says, wouldn't you need a directional beam antenna to know if you're long or short path? And I think, Philippe spoke to this a little bit. Timing, I can explain, but it will take long in a very short propagation planar software like VoaCap. Okay, interesting. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Well, we can absolutely look into that. Maybe that'll be a good show topic is long path versus short path. So
yeah, that's really cool. I've been learning a lot about the different types of propagation recently, and that's also a very interesting topic that's somewhat related because all the different regions of the atmosphere and how there's something called tropospheric ducting where a lot of times on something like 6 meters or 2 meters, your signal can basically get up into an air pocket in the atmosphere and get carried for a couple hundred miles. I mean,
it's cool stuff.
It's really very, very cool stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jacob wanted me to come to Huntsville. Maybe Jacob, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. We'll see what happens. Terry is asking a question there, James.
How will I have that foot? Just with some hot sauce, probably. But I plan on not eating my foot at all. So,
Old Swamper is asking who is attending Hamcation this year. James, you might have already spoke to that. You're attending? Okay, awesome.
I'll be there. I will be there. Jim will be there.
Now I hesitate to say this because you guys are going to jump all over me, but there's this much of a chance that I'm going to make it to Dayton. But we'll see. I've literally got a trip like right through there planned for the next week. So we'll see if we can maybe make it work. But no promises. But I hope maybe at least 1 or 2 days at Dayton I can show up. We'll see.
Jacob's gonna come get you. Get him. I support
I don't know how it is in Texas, Jacob, but you can get in trouble for that kind of stuff around here. Oh man.
No, Texas is the Wild West.
Indeed. 7-3 Tim, thanks for stopping by. So Retro Recreations is having problems getting WSJTX to log to World Radio League. I've seen a lot of people who have it working and without issues. So if you are having issues, please send us a bug report and we'll get you taken care of on that. So Spin Stabilized says he hasn't been in Antarctica in 14 years now. Wow. There's a story I'd like to hear. KFHCYL, can't wait for the offline logging for Windows since all my stuff is on Windows 11. Yes, Rosanna, that is, as we mentioned earlier in the stream, that is now planned for February. So we'll be really excited about that. Hey, Andy Callie in the chat. Yeah, good to see you, my friend. Glad to see you back. And I just broke my rule by reacting to a hello comment. But hey, Andy Callie, I mean, come on, who's not gonna give Andy Callie a shout out? So, Rodney AE5TX, he's got his pass to attend Hamcation. He'll be there all 3 days. Cool. So you'll see James Rodney there. Sounds like absolutely. So a couple more comments we have here. Filter the spotting page by license class. Yes, this is something we were talking about earlier. Somebody suggested filtering it by range, which basically kind of equates to filtering it by spotting by license class. by frequency range or license class, either way, would kind of achieve, I think, the same results you're going for. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's a really cool idea. I like that very much. And then Rodney, yeah, he's agreeing. That would be the license class filtering, and could we make it persistent? So, very good suggestion, Rodney. Thank you very much. And thanks, James, for taking these notes. I'm watching you on my side take the notes for all this, and I really appreciate it, guys. We have such high tech note taking here. It's called Google Docs. John John AC8XU says, a while back I had asked about a drop down box for net control during a net where the same ops check in weekly. Anything on this? So this is basically, if you have a net, this is going to be part of our net logging feature suite. So if you're a net operator and you start logging a net, and you have people who check in regularly on that same net, they'll, after, I would tend to think, 3 or 4 check-ins, 3 or 4 weeks worth of check-ins or nets worth of check-ins, they start to be automatically added to this drop-down list where you can just, click their call sign, it automatically populates their information, and I think that would be a really, really cool addition. So great suggestion, John. No development on that yet, but that will be part of our net logging suite of tools. James, I don't recall, when do we have that one scoped for? Is that one, do we have a hard date on that, or a soft date on that one yet, or have we started?
No date on that, so I can say you're probably not going to see it in the next 30 days, but I would say it's definitely on the radar.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, I don't remember if I dropped this in the chat earlier or not, but here is our Discord invite link right there. So right there we go. So if you're not yet part of our Discord, go join. We've got tons of great discussion and information over there. So be sure and join our Discord. We have some stuff to get to. We've got another break coming up here in about 5 minutes, and then we'll go into the third half of the show. But before that, we've got a few more things to discuss. Let me just check the chat real quick and see if. Oh, Toby's asking for Brad as a special guest. I've tried Toby. He prefers to be the silent bug killer in the background, not showing his face. But maybe one day, keep asking him. Maybe one day he'll show up. So 7-3 Jacob, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, we're going to let me cover a couple of notes here that I really have been wanting to get to this note here. So last week we had a discussion about the new 60-meter rules from the FCC. And I am here today. We were talking about the power ratings for the new portion, not the existing channels. The channelized channels are still 100 watt power rating. The new portion of the 60-meter band that we now have access to, I want to clarify that I was right about our power output allotment. So we have 15 watt EIRP. Let me clarify this. 15. I think somebody kind of did some of this calculation in the chat last time, but 15 watts EIRP. You may have seen a number 9.15 watts. Let me clarify this for you, and if I can get this. I don't know if I can get this graphic up on screen right away or not. James, if you could clip that graphic and maybe stick it up on screen here. But let me run through it for you here. It's 2 point, here. So, yes, 15 watts EIRP. That equates to 9.15 watts as transmitted through a dipole. So, in a dipole, you get approximately 2.15 dB of gain. So that will convert your. Thank you, James. That will convert your EIRP to ERP, which is effective radiated power instead of effective isotropic radiated power. So So you've got 15 watts divided by your 1.64. Your 1.64 is your multiplication of power after the so you've got let me back up here. You've got 2.15 dB of gain through a dipole. That equates to 1.64 times your power. So in order to do this conversion, and I struggle with these mathematical conversions with power rating sometimes, so that's why I was glad to find out I was right. Effective radiated power equals your EIRP divided by the 1.64, which is your gain of from your dipole in power. So that is 15 watts divided by 1.64 equals 9.15 watts. Now, this calculation can be a little bit, this is a very general calculation. So I've got a clip queued up here from Jim, Professor Jim, in the general license course. And he explains this as this link budget part of it, which is in order to get this power, this gain that you get from your dipole, you have to go through this whole link budget to get your exact calculation. Just remember that you've got 15 watts EIRP, that is your maximum, and then go through this calculation to see what you need to set your radio to. If you're running a generic dipole with these, if your calculations meet these exact calculations, you've got to set your radio to 9.15 watts. If you've got a different setup, then this link budget clip here will help clarify that.
The term for adding up all the gains and losses in your power and antenna system is a link budget. It's the sum of transmit power and antenna gains minus system losses as seen at the receiver. Think of it as the calculation of all the parts of the system. The average HF station link budget would be 100 watts from the transmitter plus any antenna gain minus coax run losses and SWR match impacts. Link budget is calculating the impacts of an outgoing signal. For receivers, link margin looks at the impact of an incoming signal. Link margin is basically a calculation of what's the minimum power I need to hear a signal. The formal definition is the difference between received power level and minimum required signal level at the input to the receiver. This is overly simplified, but consider this for your link margin. If your cable has 3 dB loss, any marginal incoming signal needs to be at least 3 dB higher than the radio's threshold to overcome the loss.
So thank you, Jim, for turning my mud into clarity. But basically, once you get to the antenna, you can only have 15 watts. You've got to do a reverse calculation from there to make sure that your radio is set low enough that you're only radiating 15 watts. So I hope that clarifies that for y'all. But yes, 15 watts EIRP on our newly allocated portion of the 60 meter band. So thank you once again, Professor Jim. He tracked down that clip for me and sent that over to me, so I really appreciate it. Guys, we're going to go to one more quick break. We'll be back right after that. James, are you still going to be able to stick with us? You're on mute still. There we go. Oh, hold on. There you go.
Yeah. I am gonna stick with you, and I'll just stay tuned because Andy has got a lot of some pretty exciting news coming up.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of ham radio news yet to dive into, plus a propagation forecast for this week. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this. We'll catch you on the other side of the break. See you guys. You know, folks, it is my firm belief that the easiest and best way to study for your ham radio license exam here in the U.S. is to use Ham Radio Prep. Ham Radio Prep not only offers video and text lessons, but they also break those lessons down into bite-sized chunks with quizzes at the end of each section to cement that knowledge into your brain so that you don't forget it when you're taking your exam. They also offer advanced operating courses like their HF Masterclass, their Satellite and Space course, their Emergency Communications course, and their Ham Radio Basics course. And they're adding more advanced courses every year. If you want to get into ham radio, or you want to upgrade your license, or learn more about some of these advanced operating topics, Ham Radio Prep is the way to go. And today, viewers of this stream can use code Andy at checkout to get an additional 10% off. So go to hamradioprep.com, use code Andy at checkout. You'll be glad you did. Welcome back, all you viewers across the fruited plain and beyond the, not only from sea to shining sea, but beyond the sea, across the pond, as they say, to the third half of the show. We are in the second hour of the fastest 2 hours in ham radio, and I have James still with me, so welcome in, James. I appreciate you
for the ride today.
Being here.
I'm enjoying the ride. It's a smooth ride.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. I'm getting my kerfluffles with my new streaming console figured out. So, we're hoping that things are running smoothly. All right, so Prep Ham Paul threw us a little bit of, well, first of all, Charlie says 44 watching, but only 5 likes. There's actually even more watching now, but only 5 likes. Please smash the thumbs up button. We want to see those likes. We appreciate all of y'all who drop a like. And Prep Ham Paul clarified this just a little bit. EIRP equals transmitter power plus antenna gain minus cable losses. There you go. How much simpler could you get than that? So thank you for clarifying that. And you can't be over 15 watts after that calculation. So, all right, we have got a ton of, as Toby said, we're saving the best till last. I don't know about the best. I mean, we covered a lot of the best in the first part of the show there, a lot of the World Radio League updates, but we have a lot of stuff to cover here today. So let's go ahead and dive into it. We may not even get through it all today, but we're going to try. So first of all, there's this talk, and it's nothing is official yet, but this might be something that you might want to keep in the back of your mind. There's this talk about expansion of GMRS and FRS frequencies. This is something where they're requesting. There's petitions out now, and if you can find one and sign on to it, I'm all for it. I mean, radio's radio, and that's probably treason to some of you diehard ham radio operators, but I have my GMRS call sign. I mean, I like GMRS. GMRS is a great gateway into ham radio. At least it was for me. So, getting those GMRS operators onto, they're asking for some VHF low band, like 30 to 50 megahertz. Getting some of that going, I think, would be beneficial. I mean, can you imagine, they make a GMRS contact halfway around the world, and they're like, yeah, I want to go get my ham license. You can see that happening very easily. So, if you can sign on, if there's any of those petitions active that you can locate, that I think that's a good thing for ham radio. I really do. James, I think you've got a little bit of an announcement to make as far as our staff goes. Do you want to dive into that right quick? I'll go ahead and get this link copied out, and you can go ahead.
This is so cool, Andy. Andy has the news. This is great. Yeah. So I do have a great announcement. We are hiring. Specifically, we are hiring a senior full stack developer. So we're going to drop the link in the chat. We'll also include this in the show notes and everything like that. But let me just share my screen with you really quick.
Yeah,
so
go for it.
If you click that form, hey, even if you're not a full stack developer, click the form and check it out, because you might want to share this with somebody else. So We are looking for somebody who just wants to join my team. If you love ham radio, you want to help to build the future of logging, contesting, analytics, and more, this could be a great job for you. It'll probably be part-time, but hey, if you really love this and you want to go full-time, we can have a conversation about it. But just to kind of tell you some of the things that you'll be doing, and you'll be working with me, Andy, Brad, the rest of the team. It's Postgres SQL and data management. So we want somebody that has strong SQL skills. Backend development is very important. We usually are using JavaScript, Node.js, Express, things like that. Experience with cloud architecture, and at least we're pretty strong on front end, I would say, all across the team. But if you have some, at least React and React Native. So in this, you'd be building your own features. You'd be collaborating as well, and we encourage everybody on our team. This is not like a, hey, just join this team and you're just gonna, have an endless list of tasks. We love for everybody on the team to be involved and collaborate on what our features are going to be as well. So if that sounds like a good fit to you, go ahead and the link, we've shared the link here in the notes. And it looks like I've lost Mr. Andy. So I will keep the show going here while we wait for Andy to come up. So it looks like what Andy has next on the agenda for you is a solar conditions forecast. I am not going to do that. I'm going to wait for Andy to come up, but we do have a question from Tom. Are you looking for junior product managers? I don't have an opening for that yet, but Tom, W9TEF, you have a good point. You already did. One of your features is already about to go live, so that is a pretty good resume. Tom, I'm going to take that into consideration, and thank you for joining. That might actually be really good. While Andy's getting that set up, I'll just cover one more thing.
We're going to see how long this lasts. I think I've got it, but go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, I'll just share one more thing. I skipped over the forecast, but Andy had a mention is we have 2 new YouTube videos that are up that are on some very hot topics. Yeah. I would really go check those out. I'm gonna share a clip.
I'll share a clip of one of them. I've got one queued up here if you want me to go ahead and share it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So these videos are Parks on the Air. These are part of our Parks on the Air series. This is our POTA antennas video and our POTA radios video. And I have a clip queued up for guess which radio I picked.
If price is a big factor for you, consider the Xiegu G90 HF radio. This small Chinese-made radio has a big following. We've commented on earlier Xiegu radios that small controls can be challenging in cold weather, but that seems to be mostly solved with a G90. It has up to 20 watts of power out, so it's more than QRP. It handles the HF bands from 10 to 160 meters. It even has a detachable head unit if you want to do some custom backpack layouts. It also has a built-in antenna tuner for those days you just can't get the antenna match you want by adjusting. It does not come with its own battery or any VHF, UHF options. Hams have told us the G90 is a solid, dependable radio at a good price. We found it for around $400 in a bundle from Radiodity.
There you have it, the G90, the best POTA radio money can buy. Well, no, maybe not necessarily, but I love the G90 if I'm doing voice operations. So, yeah, absolutely. James, did you have something? You want to go ahead and pull up that page and you can show that while I'm fixing something over here in my shack that you will not see. I'm not going to turn the camera. Don't even ask. I will be going and doing networky things while James is sharing this YouTube page.
There is something going on over there in the Andy shack. I won't. He's got all kinds of technology, but he's running a TV studio over there. So, but if you go over to the Ham Radio Prep YouTube channel, I'll share here. I believe it shows up on World Radio League because you can do this collaboration thing. We also have a brand new guide on the best POTA ham radio antennas for any park. So if you go through the chapters, we're going to cover all kinds of different antennas, We're going to cover what type of antennas work for each different terrain. Of course, we're going to talk about my favorite, the in-fed half-wave, vertical antennas, which I've started to use, trap dipoles, antenna trade-offs, multi-band dipoles, simple classic dipoles, QRP-sized in-fed half-waves, and even talk about maximizing and optimizing your optimizing your SWR, because you don't want to you don't want to, if you're trying to maximize, you don't want to maximize your SWR. I could
no, absolutely not. And yes, if you want to try out a good vertical, this is by no means, this is just me talking about my experience. No, of course, no sponsorships or anything like that. But the JPX12 by Chelegans, it's a solid one if you want to check it out, James. The TLDR of the shack situation: Andy goes, opens window, knocks windowsill, router, plug gets pulled, network shuts to mobile network. So that's what's going on here. And I'm probably still out. Am I out still? No, I'm back. Okay. All right. So there's the TLDR of what happened in the shack. So if you James, can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You started getting a little choppy.
Okay. Sounds good.
You're good.
Okay. Sounds good. I may be slightly delayed, but I think my network's doing some weird things. I just got the main network plugged back in. So, all right. So we talked about our full stack developer position. So guys, if you have experience, go and apply for that. Let's talk about this. This story's pretty cool. World Radio League was actually featured in this article from, it's the January-February 2026 article of the Communicator, which is from the Surrey Amateur Radio Communications of, I don't know if it's society or club or what they go by, but this is a really cool article. So here, if you can access this, and I'll drop a link to this particular issue in the chat. But if we go down here to where they're talking about contesting, let's locate that page here right quick. They've got World Radio League here for the contest. So VE7 SAR, I think I actually worked them, if I'm not mistaken, maybe during the 10 meter contest. I'm not sure, but if you go look through this is a really cool article here, and definitely worth to read. So go check that out. And like I said, I'll drop a link here in the chat to this article. But really, just want to shout out their publication there and thank them for putting that article out there. Thank you guys so much. Were you able to see that? Here it is right here. If you look at it here, the RIC contest, 10 meter contest.
These guys are out of Canada, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Surrey Amateur Radio.
This is really cool.
Very cool.
Shout out
so
thank you for so much for featuring.
Thank you guys for putting that out there. We really appreciate it. So yeah, James new Ham Radio Prep videos out. These are Ham Radio Prep World Radio League collaboration videos, so that on both channels. So you can watch over there on YouTube. So we've got a new World Radio League video on how to log winter field day for clubs. This one's really cool. James put this one together. I think, James, you shared this one earlier in the stream, but I had the note here, so I just wanted to run back over that real quick. But it's a really cool video. Really go deep dives on exactly how to set up the winter field day logging for your club. Club logging, honestly, has never been easier than with World Radio League. And in my honest opinion, I don't think anything quite its equal. And so for ease of use for clubs, and it's only going to get better. We have big plans for club logging, and you guys are too. So be sure and watch out for some of those updates. James, do you mind showing, going and pulling up our contest page while I cover this next news story, and then we'll share the some of the upcoming contests, kind of let everybody know what's coming.
Of course,
But while he's pulling that up,
more than
there's a
happy
new
to.
CubeSat up. Yeah, there's a new CubeSat up from Montenegro. Now, I don't know, I don't have a ton of information on this, but there's a new CubeSat up. First one from Montenegro. So, I James, go ahead and share that screen. I'm gonna see if I can find this CubeSat so that I can be sure and get it right. You want to go ahead and share that some of the upcoming contests for us?
I can. It looks like I did find a. It looks like it's called Luca. If this is what I might be able to share, I think this is what you're talking about. Oh, that's not the actual CubeSat. I think that's just a CubeSat.
Yeah, the Luca. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, the Luca. That's it. So, yeah, the Luca CubeSat. That's it. Yeah, that one that launched not that long ago. So, yeah, there we go. The Luca one. That might be a really cool one to look into. See if that one's easily contactable. So
very good.
Did you have that contest? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here you go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so contest coming up. The North American QSO party. This is the SSB version. We've just been through the CW version. Really cool. I made 8 contacts. So big. But no, really it was fun. But the North American QSO party SSB. If you don't know CW, this is an amazing I love the NAQP. It's really, really fun. And this year, it looks like it's shaping up to be a big one, a good one. So be sure and enroll in NAQP. That one's going to be a big one. Starts in 4 days, 20 hours, 26 minutes, and mark 16 seconds. All right. So that one is going to be a lot of fun. We're really, really looking forward to that one.
This is my type of contest right here. Just straight SSB.
Name and state basically is your exchange. It's so cool.
Name and state. So cool. Yeah.
What else? What other contests we have up there, James?
Well, let's take a look. We got looks like NAQP, ARRL January VHF contest.
Yeah, the VHF contest.
Very nice. Let's see. Let's see. And we had over 40 another one. This one looks like we're gonna have.
It's the same weekend, so I'm assuming most people are going to be at the NAQP instead. So.
That's kind of bad timing. It's kind of bad timing.
Yeah,
I'll be in NAQP, but this is pretty cool. It looks like certain frequencies over 50. So you get it looks like you depending on certain bands, you might get a little more points. But there's details in there, and you can also click over to it actually links you to the official contest rules for all these too.
Yeah, absolutely. Brad does a good job of putting those links in for us. We've also got the slow speed CW. We've got what are the others there? We've got there. Kind of rapid fire through a couple of those. Slow speed CW, the NAQCC, and then Winter Field Day 2026. And this one we are so excited for. We're really, really, really excited for this one. So, absolutely. All right, that's kind of a look at your upcoming contest for the next week or two. So. We'll of course be looking at some more of those next week, most likely. There's this really cool new thing I really want to talk about. This is something that I did quite a bit of research on because I really want to talk about this. This is really exciting. CW Crossing. Who has heard of this? CW Crossing. The A1 Club, which is apparently a member of the International CW Council, has put together this CW Crossing activity. They market it as an on-air activity aimed at further revitalizing CW activity, creating more opportunities for rubber stamp QSOs and rag chews. Rubber stamp QSOs and rag chews. This is kind of a cool venture in my estimation. As I don't know if you would call me a budding CW op, but maybe a learning CW op would be a good A good title. So anyone can send CW crossing, CWXING, CWXing, and anyone can call back. Simply exchanging RSTs is fine, but crossing QSOs are based on standard rubber stamp QSOs sending QTH, op, name, rig, antenna, etc. So basically, if you want to have a quick QSO with somebody and just to keep practicing your skills, call CQ XING. And if you want to keep it real basic, you can just exchange RSTs 599, 599, or 559, whatever it is. Send them back and forth, 7-3, and move on. I think this has really great potential. So this is a really cool. And James has the page pulled up there. While he's scrolling through that page, I'll read a couple of more of the details here. So this is they said they're based on the standard. They're based in standard rubber stamp QSO, sending QTH, op, name, rig, antenna, etc. with the aim for free rag chewing. There are two ways to enjoy the crossing. One called core time, to get together at specific time on a band. It will make you easier to find more. It will make you easier to find more crossing CQers and also be found by other crossing CQ takers. And the other way is that you can send CQ crossing or be taking the crossing CQs at any time on any frequency. So the core time, which is the time where everybody gets together on a specific time on a specific band and starts calling CQ crossing, making these QSOs every Friday, 2200 to 2400 around 7.030 megahertz. That is the QRP portion of the band, so keep that in mind. But 2200 to 2400 on Friday, 7.030 megahertz. Get on, see what you can hear, see if you can make a contact. This is a really cool endeavor. In my estimation. Now, I know there's people who tend to not really care for the quick contacts and they want to have a rag chew, but I'm telling you, a new CW op, the last thing they want to do is hop in a rag chew. I mean, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. I've tried. It's awful. I can do a basic exchange, no problem, but a rag chew, I've got a ways to go. But the way you get there is by getting on the air and practicing, whether it's hunting POTA contacts, whether it's participating in this and just sending RST back and forth until you get comfortable enough to send your QTH and your name and, your rig and your antenna. Until you get comfortable doing that, you can just send RSTs. And I really think this is super cool. And remember, if you don't copy every single detail, no worries. Just send your RST and turn it back over to them. And people understand. It's CW operators
Andy.
Understand. Yeah,
great.
And
tips.
I think this is a really great endeavor and has the potential to expand CW. Really, I'm serious. It's terrifying to get on and try to have a rag chew if you don't know much. But the way you get there, the experience to get you there, is by getting on and practicing with basic exchanges, POTA exchanges, CW crossing exchanges, and I think this is great. I really think this is great. So, did you have anything to add to that, Jabe? Sorry, I kind of went hard on that one.
So I'm gonna show you guys something I didn't plan to, because we got this comment by K0PLT.
Peter. Hey, Peter.
Yeah. Peter. And he says, "Hey, we really need to do this. This is something we are talking about internally. So." Look, you guys are the core group here. We are deep into the live stream, so I'm okay with giving you guys a little extra information. We have already begun experimenting and talking about this. In fact, if you go to morsemastery.com, you will see a very early beta version of some
very early beta. Don't submit bug reports on this, because this is early beta, and we're still going to be doing development. So
just to give you guys an idea, imagine you have an app. See, this one trains you on your letters. You can see I'm on level 6. It trains you on your letters. But imagine this app, and then Andy is in there training you on how to use this and teaching you things and showing you great tips like the great tip he just told you. I mean, this is so you guys are seeing. You guys are getting some very front row seats. We haven't released this anywhere.
This is the first time this has ever been shown publicly. This is major.
Yeah, but we
Now,
I mean
this,
we have
the
lots.
joke
This
was,
is like a laboratory over here. We're
yeah,
working
yeah.
on
The
all
joke
kinds
was
of-
in the meeting this morning that you could, we'll set up a paywall and you can pay extra to get me to scream at you to go faster. So we'll see how this all goes. But yeah, MorseMastery.com. Go sign up. Just play around with it. It's a lot of fun. But we will be doing it's like I said, it's an early version, and like James said, it's an early version. Don't submit bug reports through our World Radio League channels because it's not tied together yet. It's just like a very early experimentation phase type thing. So, right, James?
Exactly.
Yeah,
But it
so
actually does work pretty well. The big
it
thing
does.
that the big thing that it doesn't connect to your key yet, which that's kind of a pain.
Yeah.
You can only really use it from your computer. The space bar works for your key.
I'm guessing if you use something like a Halley key, maybe I think you can program those with MIDI type characters, and if you can map that to your space bar, I mean, it would probably work.
And I actually did, and I developed this one 100% by myself. So.
Absolutely.
If there's nobody if it doesn't work, it's only
nobody to blame but James. You'll come back here and just please I beg of you, don't promise to eat your foot if this doesn't work. So
yeah, I promise to eat my foot if Tom's feature with the lock icon doesn't go live. I will. If this has a bug, I will not eat my foot. But it does work pretty good. It works pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. December 28th at 1318 UTC, Soyuz 2.1b, I don't know exactly how to pronounce the name of that mission, launched from Vostochny, I probably butchered that horribly, deploying 52 satellites. Among the secondaries, at least 8 spacecraft using amateur frequencies, including multiple with IARU coordination. So these are... see here. These have QMR KWT-2, Moon of Kuwait. It's an FM transponder and an SSTV camera with a downlink of 436.950 megahertz and an uplink of 145.920 megahertz. There was also, guys, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna butcher these names horribly, but I'm gonna go for it. Make fun of me all you want. Lobachevsky. RS83S digital repeater plus SSDV SS/SSTV. This includes the uplink of 435.500 megahertz up and 145.910 down. Plus, I believe you can find some other listed downlinks on that one. The Sakacube Kolbon RS18S with a downlink of 437.35 megahertz. Plus digital SSTV educational payload data. And then there are AMSAT has also noted some other payloads reported to use amateur radio frequencies without IARU coordination, listing Polytech, Universe 6, Scorpion, Luca 1, which we referred to earlier, and Galapagos UTE. Now, these are without IARU coordination, but they are still amateur radio satellites. So these will give you all some fun on those.
The main app that I'm using for satellite tracking today is, I think it's called ISS Tracker.
Okay. Is that iPhone, Android?
I believe. Okay,
web-based?
This is a different one. I haven't used this one yet.
Okay. That's the ISS Tracker.
Yeah, ISS Tracker. There's another one that is a phone-based one that's pretty good. We show you a couple different options in the satellite and space course over on the ham radio prep side. But it'd be cool to check. This is some kind of like breaking news Andy's bringing you today, but this would be really cool to see if they add all these into the trackers. Hopefully they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm assuming at least the IARU coordinated ones they probably will. I don't know about the others, but we'll see. Some more space news. There's a lot of space news this week. ISS Ham TV HDMI converter was just installed on December 22nd. Eris installed an HDMI converter on the Eris, by the way, is amateur radio on the International Space Station. They installed an HDMI converter on the ISS Ham TV system, expanding camera compatibility and adding a standby test signal capability for readiness checks. It recaps Ham TV's return carrier on 2395 megahertz. Later successful educational use, including an October 18th contact, and renewed reports of color bar test reception after the upgrade. A practical note: ham TV is DVB-S on 2395 megahertz, typically needing a 2.4 gigahertz capable antenna plus an LNA plus a DVB-S receiver or SDR. And my AI minion has done a good job of tracking down a lot of these details for me, so have to give it a shout out. Another couple of International Space Station updates. The ARIS, as I said, amateur radio on the International Space Station, has signed up 2 new contact hosts. So ARIS does this event where they'll go around as the space station circles. They will set up these. They have 10-minute windows over any one spot on Earth, basically around 10-minute windows, and they will set up contacts with schools or organizations, that type of thing. They set up they've signed up with Youth on the Air summer camp in Huntsville, Alabama, seeking a contact date between June 14th and June 19th, 2026. So, if you tune to the downlink, you might hear that one. James, you're pretty close to that. You might hear that one if you tune to the ISS downlink around then. And also, they've signed up the University Heights School of Medical Arts in Jonesboro, Arkansas, seeking a contact date somewhere between July and December 2026. So, really exciting stuff there. We've got, let's see here, I had some extra notes on this next story. Let me see if I can find those real quick. This is a little bit more of not the greatest story we like to share, but this is kind of relates to this. It relates to kind of what we've been talking about with the ISS and some things going on with that. The ISS crew, it's Crew 11, is returning after a medical emergency experienced by one of their crew members. So there's not a lot of details out yet, but they've decided to bring the entire SpaceX Crew 11 team home early. The medical situation began Wednesday afternoon on January 7th. The crew member is stable, but they're calling it a controlled medical evacuation, not a panic emergency.
Did they know what it was yet, Andy?
We don't have details yet, unless something has come out since we started this live stream. I have not seen any details yet, but they postponed a January 8th spacewalk that was planned, and once Crew 11 leaves, the ISS will be temporarily run by a 3-person skeleton crew. This is something that's never happened before. The ISS has never had a medical emergency on board, so this is kind of a big deal. But we wish Crew 11 well. We hope they have a safe return to Earth, and hope the member involved has a swift and full recovery from that. So just want to share that with you. So we've got about 10 minutes left, and I think in the last 10 minutes here, James, if you see any comments you want to queue up, you can go ahead and star those. I don't know if there's any that you're seeing there, but in the few minutes we've got left, I am going to go ahead and share. Where did I put it? I must not have put that in the show notes. I think I put this in the. I think I've still got it on my other screen here. I'm going to go ahead and share the propagation forecast for the coming week. So this is for the next 8 days. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Let's see here. Here we go. And once again, I had my AI minion pull this for me, and it actually did an extraordinarily good job. I was pretty impressed. You can check daily propagation conditions on World Radio League in either the web app or in the mobile app, and I'll show you how to do that. If you go up here in the web app, you can go click. Am I on screen yet? No, I'm not on screen. Let me add that. There we go. You could go up here to the top and click band conditions, and you can see it's a little rough today. and I'll get into exactly why here in just a couple minutes. Or if you have the mobile app, you can add a widget to your home screen. James, do you have that widget added to your home screen? I think you do.
I should. I've been doing a lot of testing, so sometimes I delete it and re-add it when I do my testing. So, yeah, I did. But the trick
No
is
worries.
once you have WRL installed, to get the widget, you just hold down the icon on
if
your
you're
phone.
on Apple, yes. If you're on
if
Apple.
you're if you're on Apple.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, let me get into why this is such a big deal. And James, if you want to show that in a second, just let me know, and I'll stop. Let me pull up these conditions here. So, well, where did they go? I had them up. I had them pulled up, and I made the mistake. There we go. 8-day propagation outlook, Monday, January 12th through Monday, January 19th, 2026. So this is, a lot of this data is coming from NOAA data, and it just kind of compiled down into an easy to read setup here. So Monday, January 12th, forecast is stormy and noisy. Flux is going to be around 110, the A index 28, and the max KP 6. The SWPC also allows they also allow G2 potential in the near term forecast. This is G2 is it's a pretty severe storm, so it might get a little rough this week. So just as a warning, and as I go into the rest of this, you'll see kind of what is forecasted versus what is kind of maybe possibly going to disrupt the forecast. So, by the way, if I mention SWPC, it's the Space Weather Prediction Center. So, just so you know. Flux is going to be around, let's see, flux about 110, 28, max KP is 6 today. Expect rough HF conditions, more absorption on polar paths, more flutter, higher noise on low bands. You're going to be you're probably your best shot at operating is going to be on 40 and 20, and 10 to 15 might be open, but they're going to be in and out. So Tuesday, January 13th, improving, still unsettled, is the prediction for tomorrow. Flux about 110. A is going to be down to 18, and the max KP down to 4, so a little bit better. 20 and 17 should be noticeably better. 15 more reliable than on Monday. 10 depends on path and latitude. Wednesday, January 14th, fair to good. Flux is going to be around 112, the A index about 12, and the max KP around 4. There's still a chance of minor blackout, but there's 15 and 10 meters are going to be the probably watch those bands that day around midday. 40 and 80 should be cleaner at night rather than at least cleaner than earlier in the week. Thursday, January 15th, that's going to be a good day. That's supposed to be a good day unless some of these disruptions come at us. But it's supposed to be good and stable with flux around 110. The A index will be down to 8 and the max KP down to 3. That's pretty good numbers. One of the better all-around days. It's going to be 20 and 17 are going to be strong. 15 is going to be solid, and even 10 has a decent shot on Thursday. So Friday, January 16th will be good with flux around 108, the A index holding about 8, and the max KP around 3. Similar to the 15th, 20 and 17 will be reliable. 15 and 10 will be best around probably late morning, afternoon are going to be, it's going to be the best around then. And at least around that time, I would say, you can give it a shot throughout the day. But Saturday, very good, very quiet geomagnetically. Flux is going to be down to 106. The A index is going to be all the way down to 5, and the max KP is going to be down to 2. So really good day that day. Great for DX and weak signal work. Now this is awesome because if I saw this right, that's going to be, pardon me, I think that is the day. James, can you confirm that the 17th is the day of the NAQP SSB?
That sounds right. Let me go to my contest page.
And sorry, my camera dropped out. I should have been paying closer attention, but anyway.
Yes, that is right.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So that's gonna be a pretty good day, sounds like. So really excited about NAQP. Sunday, Flux is gonna be around 106, holding pretty well. Everything's gonna be holding pretty well that day. 106, the A index about 5, and the max KP at around 2. Take advantage of that day. Probably pretty stable MUF and less geomagnetic chop. Monday, January 19th, will be turning unsettled again. So likely more fade and absorption. Flux is going to be around 110. A index spiking up to 18. And the K is going to be back up to 4. The KP. Higher altitude paths are probably going to be affected worse. Mid-latitude, it's going to be 20 to 17. It's probably going to hang in there pretty well. So just as a quick what should I try summary cheat sheet kind of a thing here, the best high band chances are going to be 15 and 10 meters on January 14th through the 18th, with the 15th through the 18th being the most stable window. The most reliable DX band is going to be 20 meters all week. It's typically the last to fall apart anyway. So and the first 3 bands, 80 and 40, are going to be best January 15th through 18th. And if you want to watch for some Aurora enhanced possibilities on VHF, when the KP jumps around January 12th, you could have some more weak signal stability on VHF. So interesting. Now, one nuance here. There was one source that flagged a possible. What's that, James?
Oh, when you finish, I'll do the quick demo of how to show your conditions on your smartphone.
Okay. Sounds good. And then so let me go ahead and wrap here. I'm almost done with this. One nuance is one of our sources that I pulled from is saying that the January. Let's see here. They published this on January 9th. There is a possible renewed coronal hole storming January 17th to 20th. But the NOAA's latest 27-day table, which was issued on the 12th after that original mention, said it currently looks quiet on 17th and 18th and more unsettled by the 19th. So it'll be worth watching what the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, is that, I probably butchered that, NOAA. It'll be worth watching their Space Weather Prediction Center. But that is our best estimate as to what's going to happen over the coming week up until next Monday. And then after, once we get there, we'll give you the prediction for the next week. So, James, go for it. You're good.
All right, final demo. So once you've got your World Radio League app installed, all you want to do is, this is on Apple, you click and you hold that down, and you're going to see an option. I held it down a little bit too long, but you're going to see an option that says across the top, you can make it bigger. So I'm going to select that one, and then boom. You see that? There's my band conditions on my phone. So if you got that World Radio League app, put it on your home screen. Now you can check right from your home screen your band conditions at any time. Really, really great feature. And that's a World Radio League original. Can't find that anywhere else.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the comments over here. Terry says, Andy is not quite what one expects in a weather girl. Yes, indeed not. That was funny, Terry. All right, guys, we are pretty much we are pushing time, like very close. So thank you, everybody, for sticking with us. Great show today. 732 all. We really appreciate every one of you for coming by. And we really, really are glad for each and every one that stuck with us. Great to see y'all. We'll see you next week for another episode of the World Radio League Show. This over here is
James, N0WRL.
And I'm Andy, N0APX, saying 73, and we'll catch you next show. N0APX. I'm cleared. Dit. Tony, that's awesome.